According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, Florida frequently prosecutes children as adults on felony charges, with many children charged with felonies in the adult system over the last 5 years. And the statistics show that Black children accused of crimes are more likely than white children to be funneled into adult courts and lockups. Joining us now to discuss the issue of juveniles charged as adults is Professor Leroy Purnell. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Explain the juvenile criminal system in the state of Florida.
Well, the juvenile system in Florida, first of all, the juvenile system in general is initially designed to be an alternative to criminal prosecution, with the idea of trying to rehabilitate children, not giving up on children. On this particular issue, however, what Florida does, and a number of other states, is lodge with the prosecutor's office the ability of individuals who are 14 and older to file what they call a direct file directly in adult court. And if a child is charged with a felony and is proceeded in adult court, they face all the possible adult penalties as well. So this is, not every state does it that way. Some states you have a court that holds hearings to determine whether it's in the best interest of the child to be sent to adult court. Florida has instead opted for the option of having the prosecutor make that decision.
And what is the overall impact, has research shown, of this approach?
Well, this is very interesting. I mean, the idea was that you could have an impact on juveniles involved in serious offenses by holding them to adult standard of responsibility and punishment. Every study that's been done has indicated it simply doesn't work. That it doesn't have any impact on the level of juveniles involved in crime or the seriousness. It has zero deterrent effect.
And what are the mental health implications?
Oh, they're severe. For a child, first of all, what you're saying to a child when you prosecute them as adult is you've given up hope on them. And that has an impact. To be mixed in with adults, even though under federal law they have to be housed, supposed to be segregated and housed separately, but to be in an adult institution and facing adult crimes redefines a child to the point where if they weren't thinking like a criminal when they went in, they'll be thinking like a criminal when they come out. And so the psychological impact is tremendous on individuals that basically society is prepared to give up on.
And what do you think about parents being charged when their children have these issues?
Well, I think that's a very difficult thing. You have to look at the specific charges. There are some things that parents can have direct control and responsibility for and maybe should be held accountable for, such as a child having access to weapons. And other types of illegal possessions that a child might access. But to hold a parent simply responsible sort of vicariously because the child went out and supposedly committed a crime, again, serves little deterrence on those issues. I mean, children, as well as adults, commit crimes for all kinds of reasons. And those aren't necessarily things that a parent might have been able to control. Now, if the parent had support in the home in terms of some of the things necessary to help raise a child, then perhaps the child could be steered along a different path. But simply criminalizing the parent because of something the child has done, the law doesn't do that in the injuries of what we call a tort area. We don't do that. We don't hold parents responsible for torts that the children commit. So it really makes little sense to prosecute parents when the parent had no control over the decision making that the child made in committing a crime.
You talked about, you touched on support. Can you touch on the racial disparities in this area?
Well, there is significant racial disparity. As you indicated in the opener, all studies have shown that there's a disparate impact on black and brown kids who are prosecuted as adults more frequently and for more serious offenses. See, part of what happens is that the prosecutor, in making a decision whether to prosecute a child as an adult, is first of all making a decision that's not reviewable by courts, and all the biases that are inherent in our system can be inherent in those decision-making activities as well. So a prosecutor has before them a child. The prosecutor is responsible for certain political concerns and what they believe are necessary for the community, without necessarily having best interests of the child as their standard. So that the prosecutor's decision does not represent a neutral review of all the factors that would be important in deciding whether or not a child should be tried as an adult, if in fact children should be tried as adults at all.
Right, because some of the long-term implications, my understanding is, once you're labeled as a felon, you
never go back.
Right, and what are some of those restrictions, as just in lifestyle?
Well, just obviously it has a tremendous impact on the ability to have jobs, education. These are individuals who are at the beginning of their lives, and so they've been tracked into being labeled a criminal. And they will suffer all the consequences that someone convicted of crime would have. Obviously, things like inability to vote and certain types of occupational activities will be cut off from a child. So it has very serious consequences that, if you consider the fact that children are still in a developmental stage, you've basically cut that developmental stage short by prosecuting the child as an adult.
Serious implications. Professor Purnell, thank you so much for coming by and sharing your perspectives and giving us information about these issues.
My pleasure.
The Southern Poverty Law Center says it is working to reform the criminal justice system in hopes of reducing the population of jailed, detained, and incarcerated juveniles and adults. We're back with more Legal Connections after this.